In Financial Services Cloud, there is a most important and a basic feature is Rollup. But there is a problem. If you go and set up the Rollup for your customer, you will see multiple options there to set up the Rollup. So which one to choose when and how effectively you can utilize the multiple options available for the Rollup in Financial Services Cloud. So in this video, we are going to simplify that. I'm Abhishek Verma. Welcome to the FINSforce. What is Rollup? So Rollup is nothing just taking the information from your child record, getting some numeric value and just calculating it, whether it is sum, average, or any numerical calculation and showing up on the parent record. This is the Rollup. For example, Sharma family household has saving account, investment account, and deposit account. So how their total financial value will look like? It will be like a 35 lakh. So this is the Rollup. If you are know about the sales cloud, if you know about the master detail relationship, so you know that in master detail relationship we already have a pre-built roll-up available. You just have to create the roll-up field and set some rules over there and it will be show up. But in Financial Services Cloud it's totally different, because if we talk about Sharma family household, you have Rahul Sharma, Priya Sharma, and then Rahul will have their own saving account. Priya will also have some different accounts. They have investment account. Some of them might have the loan account, insurance, and policy. And the business, the requirement, you will get it from the business that they wanted to see the total investment done by the Sharma family. So having the master detailer also will not help here. They wanted to see the total liabilities, they wanted to see total financial account value, they wanted to see total insurance covered. There's a different type of roll-up and the data model is totally complex, which is not achievable using the master detail relationship available in Salesforce. So Financial Services Cloud gives you 5 different type of option to create the roll-up. First is the record roll-up. So just like in normal rollup, we sum up a particular number or a digit. Here in the record rollup, you will roll up the related records. Let's say what are the cases or how many cases has been generated for the Verma household is the numeric value. But what are the records of those cases? Let's say if you have a 10 records, then those 10 records should be visible on to Verma household. Means it will roll up the record. How you will achieve that? Using the record rollup definition. Now there might be few individual who are still on the manage package. They are using the manage package version of Financial Services Cloud. So for them the record by lookup functionality will be available, but they can migrate it to a data processing engine, which is more complex but more effective. So if you are not into manage package, you can skip this, but it's good to learn the basic that record by lookup is something where you will create the rules on the lookup fields rather than master detail fields. Similarly, another option is available on rollup is the financial summary rollup. So what happened in financial summary rollup? One account a different kind of financial account what we have saw right now. So we have to show the summary. So in Financial Services Cloud, some pre-built data processing engine definition is available, which is running on scheduled base. So which will show you the financial summary on the top of the household or any account. Now what is on-demand rollup? On-demand rollup is like when a data processing run, it run on a scheduled time. But let's say a business person wanted to see those real-time information, whether it is record rollup, whether it is financial summary rollup, they wanted to see real time. So in FSC there is an option that you can enable rollup on demand basis, that he can click on some button and it will roll up immediately for that individual user. And how this all the rollups will be done, it will be using the data processing engine. It is just like we used to have the canvas of flows where you will have some element, you will have some decision box. Similarly, in data processing engine, you can have data source, you can have the filter, you can have do some calculation, and you can display the final output from the data processing engine. And then you can show it into any record page or something where it is required, be it on LWC or any flex card or any layout you wanted to show. So these are the 5 options available, and it is become very confusing for the developers which one to choose. So how you will decide it? You have to give the answer of these 4 questions whenever you wanted to decide which is the correct approach for you for the rollups. First, are we rolling up the records? Then we will go with the record rollup. Are we calculating financials values? Then we will go with the financial summary. Are we using a lookup? And obviously, if you are using the lookup and if you have the managed package, then you will use the record by lookup. If you need any filter, you want real-time implementation, then on-demand setting you need to enable. If you have very complex rollup, then you have to go for the data processing engine. So answering this kind of question can give you the clear picture which rollup you need to use in your projects. So these are the 5 element framework. Now we will go more detail onto each and every one. So starting from the record rollup, we also call it record rollup definition. So what happened in this, that first you will identify the source record. Then you will identify how this source record is connected with another records. Then what are the filter I need to put? Then what are the records I need to aggregate and show to the target record, and how where I need to display. For example, household, for each and every household, you need to show all the financial account of their household member. Not like that. So for example, Sharma family, in that you have Rohit Sharma, some other family members, they have their own financial account. So you wanted to show their financial account onto Sharma household family record. So that can be achieved via record rollup definition. If you wanted to filter up that if those record has a 0 balance, don't show it. So you can do this kind of filter here. So for the demo, we will go to the setup and just type the record definition. So we'll type it record rollup, and we click on the rollup definition. So you will see already pre-built 2 is available, like financial account is the opportunity. So we look into financial account. Here you will have the target object, which is like my junction object. Now how the next object will be connected? Using the account ID. If I have any filter, I can put it the filter over there. Now account contact relationship is another junction object which will connect my multiple accounts with the multiple contact. If I wanted to put any filter, I can put a filter here. Then I will show the contact here because I need to go till the financial account. To show the financial account, I have to understand the financial account party, how is configured, how was linked to another object, and then the final financial account rollup, you can see it here. So this is totally based on the data model understanding. And if you have not watched my previous videos on party relationship data models or account or household, I will highly recommend to check that videos. So this is how simple record rollup is like that, where you will have one join object, then you have to mention the what previous object you need to connect the field of that, and then you can finally show your rollup source object. So this is for record rollup definition. Then when you should reach for this option, first when you have requirement like show all the financial account, just like we had saw, there is a requirement to show the household liabilities, like an opportunity you wanted to show some different complex record like a case of the household or a case which is generated by household members, you can show it from the record rollup definition. Now record by lookup, so this is for the managed package. It is very simple for the record rollup that you have to create a record called rollup by lookup configuration, and in that you have to give a detail like their configuration name, so, what are the the role of operation you wanted to perform, and in which field you wanted to show this data, what is the lookup field. So this is all the, if you see, it is all the custom fields here because it is part of managed package. Right now if you have your current org, you will not able to see this option because everything is right now on standard object data model of financial services cloud. So here you will go to record by lookup configuration, and if you click on the all, you will see some pre-built. So if you click on the new, you will see option like you have to give the name of your configuration, what are the operation you need to perform, from which object to which object. So we will just go and see how the how it is configured earlier. So we will open up the rollup by lookup configuration, click on edit. So they have given the name rollup operation, from object to object means where I wanted to show this information. If there any record type filter, I can put it here, which field I need to roll up, what is the relationship field like a lookup field. If I have multiple condition, then I have to create another record called criteria. So we'll look that also. And once you click on save, make it active, it will run on some schedule basis and it will do the roll up. You can convert this if you are using the managed package, you can convert this to data processing engine. There is a options available for that. So this is how you can set the criteria, record by lookup criteria, that this is the record type, this is the filter, and this is the field value. So this is what we have for rollup by lookup. Now if it is not working, you have to see this 5 option, whether your rule is activated or not, whether the record type name you have mentioned it is matching with the exact API name you have, the criteria you have mentioned it is matched or not, the relationship you have given it is correct or not, and the field mapping is correct or not. Because everything, if you see, it is a field text value, so there might be a possibility you might make some spelling mistake or a space mistake. So it's worth checking before going more into debug log. Check all these 5 options if your record by lookup is not working. Next we have the financial summary rollup. Financial summary rollup, as the name suggests, it will summarize your financial values like a total investment, any financial account value, the credit amount you have, the number of loans you have or number of loan amount you have. For example, in India, if you are using the IND Money app, it will show you total wealth, calculating all the mutual fund you have, the saving accounts you have, the credit you have, and it will show you total worth. That is also another example of financial summary rollup. Now how it will be configured? So this financial summary rollup also use the data processing engine, where you will have the source data, like from where you wanted to fetch the data, then it will go to data processing engine definition. Then based on the logic you define, the financial summary calculation will happen and it will provide as output, which you can display on the flex card, lightning component, or lightning record pages. So this is how the architecture of financial summary will look like. Now next we have on-demand rollup, because all this rollup works in a scheduled time. As I already mentioned, if someone wanted to check it what in the real time all the rollup, then they should use the on-demand record rollup. They have to enable this option into setup so that they can see into real time. Now what is data processing engine? And throughout the video I am talking just about data processing engine. So we will cover the introduction part here, and then the next video will be dedicated on data processing engine only, and it will be a step-by-step tutorial. So if you Consider you don't have this data processing engine. What you will do if you wanted to create the complex rollup, you will write the apex where you will get the input data, you will create some logic for filter, then join all this data, transform it to readable format, aggregate those record, map the output with the lightning component. If you wanted to store somewhere, you can store it or expose it to any output component like a LWC or a flex card, you can show it. But if you have used the data processing engine, it is very easy that in data source you have to mention financial account. Then next in the relationship filter you can put the household related. Then another filter you just have to create by point and click active only. You can group it. You can calculate the sum from the data processing engine only, and you can give the summary as output. We will see right now in the demo. So we'll type it data processing here and we'll go to data processing engine. So there are pre-built available, so we will pick up one of them is high value customer, and you see the data source is the account, and then account will have some policies because I need to identify the high value customer. I need to get his insurance detail, asset details, if there is participant available, and then I just need to create another element just like we used to do into flow, that I just need to get the account and policy details. So I can create the join here automatically. I don't need to write the code for this. And I can aggregate those record like a total premium. Then I can wanted to put any filter, I can do it. If I wanted to calculate via formula, I can create the formula for that. And then final output, I can show it as a high value customer, which can be used to store anywhere in any field, or you wanted to show it to any record pages or lightning record pages, you can do it. So when you should use the data processing engine, I know it looks like very easy, we should uh, utilize every time, but this should be used when you have very complex requirement where you are dealing with more than 3 to 4 objects. You have to transform those record, join those record, summarize it and show it. Then you should go for the data processing engine. If it is basic financial summary or just a basic roll up of counting the records, you should still use the other options available, but use the data processing engine into complex scenario only. Now choosing and delivering, as we already done the exercise. So if you have the bring the aggregated record to target object, we have to use the record rollup definition. If you are using still the manage package org, then you should use the record by lookup option. If you wanted to calculate the financial metrics like investment, liabilities or balance, then you should go for the financial summary rollup. If you need to have a specific requirement for the user, they wanted to see the rollup in real time, then you should go for the on demand rollup option. If you have a multiple complex object data structure and wanted to get the data from there and show as a rollup, then you should go for the data processing engine. Show that very easily. How do I approach it? First, you have to define the source record, because financial services cloud has a very complex data model. First, in your requirement, identify the from which records you wanted to show the data. Then understand their relationship, because as we have saw in record rollup definition, you need to understand the record relationship very well, otherwise you will not able to reach to the record which you wanted to show it on the parent record. Then choose the correct framework, whether it is DP, record by lookup or a rollup definition. Choose based on the complexity and the requirement. Define the filter, like if some record has a zero balance or inactive, you don't want it to show it, so put the proper filter so that it will run faster rather than taking too much time to perform the rollup. Define a refresh model, whether you want real time, whether you want the scheduled one. Then expose the result where you wanted to show it on FlexCard, OmniScript, or any LWC or a record page. Based on the requirement, you can expose the result. Also validate against the source record. So try to do some manual calculation also, so that you will identify, because when you do a calculation can be right or wrong when you calculate it without automation, because it is not going to throw you error. A 0 can be a positive result, or -1 can be also a result. So validate doing the manual calculation that you are getting the correct value or not. So sixth problem, you might actually hit that sometimes result is blank because source record does not have those record what you have mentioned into record definition. Number is lower than expected. I already mentioned you have to check manually. Then you have to see the record type is correctly configured or not, the record is active or not, like what kind of filter you have put. The number does not update. So check how you have set up your rollup. It is scheduled based or triggered based or the on-demand basis. So based on that, you will identify that what is the issue. If it is working for one record, not for others, compare the relationship field, because for the household you might need to create some mapping records. You might create two independent record but not the mapping record, and you are expecting those rollup will show. So you have to check those record types and the criteria those record is available or not. Duplicate or a conflict totals. So you might write a multiple rules and multiple rules are activated. So sometime one rule might override the another value. So make sure for one rollup you will have the active one rule. And performance issue, because data processing engine takes a bit of time to perform the rollup. You should not activate all the unnecessary rollup rules for data processing engine, and just active those rollup definition which is actually gonna work, not what you are just doing for the testing. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. If you like the explanation of the rollup, click on the like and share with your friends who just wanted to learn the rollup. And next video we will have on data processing engine, which is going to be a step-by-step guide. Thank you so much for joining in.